Krasher and his black, white, red zombies.
We see some of the Aristocrat shell in here, but it's much more aggressive build with 4 Grave Crawlers and 3 Diregraph Ghouls on 1, and Geralf's Messenger on 3 instead of the traditional, you know, like Doomed Traveler and Boros Reckoner.
Sure.
They're much more aggressive with the zombie shell. But you do see the Falcon Rats, the Cartel Aristocrats, the Blood Artists, the Blasphemous Act, the Lingering Souls, the Orzhov Charms, and a bunch of Tragic Slips in the main. But we are game 3 here, where Justin Parnell was on the play with Voice, and Brian Krasher responds with a Cartel Aristocrat.
Voice going to come crashing in for 2. Krasher declines the trade. I put trade in quotes here, as he's going to play a Clifftop Retreat. There's a Boros Reckoner. And Parnell's going to pass the turn back to Krasher, who did take a mulligan down to 6 here this game. But he is on the draw, it looks like, so we'll see if he can undo that a little bit. He's going to tap 3 mana, and we are going to see a Geralf's Messenger come into play. Have Parnell lose 2 life and pass it back.
So, I mean, you know, super overpowered 2 drops and then super overpowered 3 drops.
All of which are kind of difficult to cast, which is kind of ironic.
Yeah, just perfect mana from both sides, and the game continues.
So you see in Parnell's hand, he has a Bonfire of the Damned, a couple of lands there. You see an Abrupt Decay, I think, was the draw for the turn.
Yeah.
And he's got a Mystery card hanging out in the back, which kind of looks like another Voice of Resurgence, but not entirely sure, so I don't want to give a poor guess there. But Parnell's going to figure out what he wants to do this turn, as it looks like he's got some decent attacks. He's reaching over for that Voice. I think Cartel Aristocrat's probably at the ready to block here, and that's going to be pretty problemsome for that.
Yeah, do you think that this is just a block sacrifice, or nope, he's just taking it. The race is on.
Back and forth we go. I guess Parnell doesn't have black mana right now. It's just another Voice. Okay, it is. So second Voice of Resurgence, he's going to pass the turn back. I'm a little bit surprised not to see a block, but again, like, if you block there, as Krasher's going to sacrifice Geralf's Messenger, make it a 4/3.
Then the Elemental gets the block?
Yeah. That's the problem, is the Elemental comes out, and it would be a 3/3 Elemental instead of a 2/2 Voice of Resurgence.
Exactly. And when you're racing, you'd much rather take 2 than face 3 on B.
Yeah.
Because now the 4/3, you know, the Justin Parnell doesn't really have any good blocks for it.
Olivia Valderin looks to be the draw step here for Krasher. You see him reaching for a land, and this is going to be an Isolated Chapel.
He actually only has the 1 red source, so the Olivia not as backbreaking as it would otherwise be, and so he does indeed go for the other vampire, the 3-legged Falcon Wrath Aristocrat, and the attack. I mean, Falcon
for 8.
Yeah, Falcon Wrath is like one of the
best card. Best card ever printed?
yeah, that's what I was going to say. I was going to say, one of the bigger race turners, you know, 4 flying, haste, and, like, you can't just deal with it straight up. Like, you basically have to race it.
Yeah. So Parnell's going to chump block that Voice of, or excuse me, he's going to chump block with Voice of Resurgence on Geralf's Messenger. Going to get his Elemental Token, which is a 3/3. And again, if we are racing here,
Zeus is only a 3/3? Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
I would think it would be bigger, you know.
You would think it would be bigger.
I would think Zeus would be a Planeswalker.
Yeah. Parnell going to draw a card, draws a Temple Garden.
So funny that it is all these lands, and like looks like it's just a normal, you know, Naya deck or whatever, and he's just got like a deck full of black cards.
Yeah, and just has not seen any black land yet.
Yeah.
Sitting on an Abrupt Decay and Bonfire of the Damned to go along with those. That Temple Garden and that Rootbound Crag in his hand right now. One thing that's kind of difficult is, you know, the Zombies deck actually kind of wants to be in a race.
Yeah.
I think it wants to be in this situation.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this is sort of the scenario that you build your deck for. Yep. You know, you want to be this aggressive deck, and you'd much rather your opponents be trying to race you than sort of control you or like just not care about what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have all of the best racing cards, you know. Your creatures drain and have haste and stuff, whereas the Voice of Resurgence isn't the most aggressively costed card. It's super useful and, you know, resilient, but in a straight up race, it's actually not even that good. And we see Cartel Aristocrat blocking the Reckoner and then the Sacrifice, putting a counter on the Falcon Wrath Aristocrat and preventing the redirect, or the damage trigger from the Boros Reckoner. Preventing a lot of damage there, only taking 5, with a potential 9 on the backswing.
Yeah, we see Parnell's in a bit of trouble here because you know those two creatures are coming across next turn.
Yeah.
There's no way they aren't.
Absolutely.
So Krasher's going to untap. He's going to draw. He finds what I was kind of scared of, actually, a Blood Artist. This is one of the scariest things he could draw this turn. He's going to put Godless Shrine into play tap. He's going to tap 2 mana. He's going to play a Blood Artist. He's going to come across for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, it looks like.
Yep, 9, with the potential for 2 more at any point with the Blood Artist.
And what is that? Okay, that last card's Olivia Valdare. Okay.
Yeah.
So he has Olivia Valdare and land, and Blood Artist trying to hold the fort down.
He actually just has lethal right now. Like, if Justin attacked, he just blocks with a Blood Artist. Falcon Wrath sacrifices the messenger, and then the Falcon Wrath sacrifices itself, and then the Blood Artist dies from combat and kills.
So what it sounds like to me is like no good attacks here for Parnell.
Justin can't attack without killing himself unless he has something. It's a pretty rough spot to be in.
There's a Rootbound Crag. This is a Bonfire of the Damned.
All right, so that does clean up the Blood Artist, but if he doesn't have a thing...
Well, no, Krasher actually wins the game right now.
Yes, because, that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
If he doesn't have the... Ooh, he messed up.
Yep.
That is, that should have been lethal, exactly what I said, except instead of blocking with the Blood Artist was just dying to the Bonfire, and that was actually lethal damage. But instead, he's going to take lethal.
Wow!
I guess that's how Justin Parnell never loses.
Wow, he actually tricked Krasher into making that play. That was his only out. If Krasher sacrifices the Messenger and the Aristocrat, and then lets Bonfire resolve, he wins the match, and it's 5-0.
Unreal.
That's it.
Are they resetting it up? What's going on? Pretty sure that was a concession.
Yeah, that's a good question. We'll figure out what's going on here.
I mean, he's taking 8, plus I think he's at below 8 because of the Bonfire damage. So I think he goes up to 9 from the Blood Artist, down to 7 from the Bonfire, and actually just dies to the attack.
Yep. Yeah, it looks like they wanted to confirm how much damage.
Not to mention that even if he wasn't dead, he, extended his hand and picked up his cards.
Yeah.
Like, the game is definitely over.
Yeah.